The Milwaukee Bucks are your 2021 NBA champions, and what a run. What a story for the Bucks Finals MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo. This is a special championship because the Nets series, there was struggle. The Hawks series, there was struggle. And the first two games of the series, there was some struggle. There was a lot of games where it just didn't look like this Bucks team may have been ready. We've seen the ups and downs, the bad, the doubts, the on the edge of your seat moments with these Bucks, but they stayed resilient, they made the right adjustments, and they won a championship. I mean, a Giannis 50 piece, he was getting into the line, making free throws, and was impactful on both ends. Game 6 of this series was very interesting. This game started off slow, and it really seemed like whatever team just found that edge was going to win. And it really felt like Giannis was just able to have his way with the Suns defense, while the Suns pretty much had to work more for their shots. And the Suns just went cold for some stretches of this game. They were able to generate some good offense at times, but ultimately couldn't knock down shots. What was weird about this game is that it really wasn't a battle of three-pointers. Like, these teams really didn't shoot well from three. This was a pure battle at the rim and mid-range. Let's dive into the film of Game 6 of the 2021 NBA Finals. Giannis' impact on both ends of the floor was felt from the beginning of this game. Off the Jrue Holiday miss, the Suns move in transition. Bridges gets ahead of Jrue Holiday. Giannis is able to come over and swat this shot. Then he gets the ball, 5-on-4 in transition. Giannis goes at DeAndre Ayton and scores inside. The Suns get DeAndre Ayton in the low post against Lopez. He gets going right, but he isn't able to bump Lopez out of position. The ball gets thrown to Bridges. He tries to dribble between two defenders, doesn't work out, so he passes it to Paul. Chris Paul, Bridges, ball screen, creates a switch. Ayton comes up to screen. The offense gets sloppy, and Ayton is forced to throw up a shot. Great defensive read by Khris Middleton. The play is to get Bridges coming up to the wing off a zipper screen. Khris Middleton goes under the screen and picks off this pass. Khris Middleton starts to feel it early. First here going against Devin Booker. Booker anticipates the Giannis screen, so the Suns ice this. Middleton gets Booker on his hip and is able to rise up for this jumper. And off the DeAndre Ayton miss, comes up in transition, sizes up Booker, and knocks down this pull-up three. Miscommunication here on defense by the Bucks. On the DeAndre screen, the Bucks switch. With DeAndre sort of rolling to the paint, Khris Middleton tells Bobby Portis to switch onto Ayton, as Middleton will cover Crowder on the ball screen. This doesn't happen. Portis and Khris stays on Crowder, which leaves Ayton open for the layup. The Suns start to utilize a 2-3 zone deep into the first quarter. The Bucks are able to find that pressure point to attack. Two Bucks players in the corner, one defender in between those players, so the ball gets passed to Holiday, then to Portis, who gets in a rhythm three. Jrue Holiday, Giannis, empty side ball screen. The Suns ice this, containing Holiday driving baseline. The ball gets passed to Giannis. Good defense so far, but one, why is Ayton jumping on a fake while he is in the paint and Giannis is at the three? And two, why is he jumping on a Giannis three-point shot? If anything, you can live with those. But now, since Ayton bit on the fake, it gets his body out of defensive position. Giannis attacks, spins, and layup. Cameron Payne was getting it going in his second quarter, providing a spark off the bench. On this play, Crowder, Payne handoff. Crowder then screens Jeff Teague, which gets him trailing, and Giannis has to contain Payne. Payne gets by Giannis and is able to finish inside. A few plays later, he is able to attack the Bucks drop here. Payne, Ayton, ball screen. Middleton goes under. Lopez drops, leaves Payne open for three. Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton, ball screen. Paul snakes his screen. The ball gets passed around, and Ayton does a good job getting deep post position on Giannis. But the long arms of Giannis says no. The Bucks defend this really well. The Bucks switch this first screen with Paul and Crowder. Then they are able to blow up this handoff. PJ Tucker comes in and gets between Booker and Aiden. The Bucks then switch Tucker onto Booker and Holiday onto Crowder. On the Crowder-Aiden ball screen, they trap. Bobby Portis comes over as the weak side help defender on the DeAndre roll, and Portis defends this shot well. And I just have to appreciate the defense of Mikal Bridges on Holiday here, sticking to him like glue and really makes Holiday work to get a shot off. Giannis' spicy 50-piece came on plays like this, where he gets the ball, the Bucks clear out, and Giannis just goes to work one-on-one. Here he gets this hook shot to go. The Suns move in transition here. Crowder gets the ball, Booker works in the high post and comes up for a handoff. The right side of the court is emptied out. Holiday trails. Booker is able to get inside, draws the help defense of Giannis from the corner. PJ Tucker will rotate to cover Giannis' man in the corner. Good read by Booker to dish it to Chris Paul on the wing, and Paul creates a shot for himself. The Bucks drop coverage seemed like a pressure point that the Suns could have done a better job applying pressure while Brook Lopez was in the game. A step-up ball screen here. Chris Paul gets in the lane, and this would be a pull-up jumper, but Chris Paul hesitates and instead takes a contested jumper, and he misses. The Bucks get the ball, and Jrue Holiday becomes a one-man fast break. Great steal here by Jrue Holiday. Booker gets the ball, Holiday closes out. Booker drives right. Holiday does a good job jumping over in front of Booker and poking this ball loose, and he gets a foul on the other end. The Suns couldn't consistently make the Bucks drop coverage defense pay, as said before. Here Chris Paul is able to get to his spot near the left elbow against the drop, but he misses here. The Bucks end up coming back down, and Giannis goes one-on-one against DeAndre and is able to score inside. Brook Lopez started to come alive in the third quarter. On the Middleton post-up, Middleton gets doubled inside. Devin Booker is guarding Brook Lopez on this play, but he is just ball watching. This allows Lopez to cut in, get the ball, and hit the shot. On the Bucks' next possession, Lopez is the trailing big here. All Suns players are back. Not the best defense by the Suns. Chris Paul is on PJ Tucker, Jay Crowder is on Giannis, Bridges is on Middleton, and DeAndre is supposed to guard Brook Lopez coming up top. Maybe the idea was to try and form a wall, but this leaves Holiday wide open, and he gets the ball. Poor closeout by Booker. Aiden has to help to protect the rim. This leaves a cut-in Brook open for this dunk. I think it's time we seriously look to consider making Brook Lopez a point guard with moves like this. Low-key kind of underrated. Defensive miscommunication here by the Suns. The Holiday Portis ball screen. The Suns off-ball switch Cameron Payne onto Giannis. After Portis screens for Holiday, he will set a zipper screen for Middleton to come up top. I don't know why, but Cameron Payne just comes off from guarding Giannis, and it leaves him open inside for the layup. Moving into crunch time, the fourth quarter. The Suns get some good offense going to start, getting Frank Kaminsky working in the high post. Chris Paul will screen for Frank, and he will then hand it off to Booker, then screen going left. The Bucks switch. Holiday switches late onto Kaminsky. Booker is able to bounce pass this inside to Frank, and he scores inside. Good defense by the Bucks here. PJ Tucker fights over to Kaminsky's screen. The Suns then get Booker coming up top and receiving a handoff. Holiday stays with Booker. Switch on the pass to Bridges. The Bucks look to just keep a body in front of the Suns players. Time is running down, and the Suns get a contested Cameron Johnson 3. And Jrue Holiday was just feeling this shot. Coming up in transition, Booker is backing up, and Holiday lets this 3 fly. It's shots like these the Suns couldn't convert down the stretch that led to their loss. Here Jay Crowder comes off a flare screen by DeAndre Aiden. Wide open, no closeout pressure, and Jay Crowder misses this shot. And in game 1, these were plays the Suns were feasting on, but not this time around. Devin Booker switch on Portis, sizes him up, but isn't able to get by Portis initially, so he resets. Booker is able to get by him this time around, but Giannis comes up clutch and swats this shot away. Jay Crowder gets the ball, but chucks up a long 3. The Bucks move up in transition. Jrue Holiday comes up and spots the open Middleton. Middleton attacks the Crowder closeout, draws in the help defense of Ayton and Booker. There is no box out on Giannis, and he gets the putback. Sideline out of bounds play, Holiday Portis pick and pop. Suns trap Jrue Holiday, but he is able to dribble away to open up Portis a bit more. Booker has to rotate to close out, but he shows himself until Bridges recovers onto Portis. Bridges hops to get back in front of Portis, and that's when Portis gets an angle to attack, puts his head down, and scores inside. On the other end, Booker gets an ISO against Khris Middleton, and this is the best defense Middleton could have played here, but this shot is able to go for Booker. Whatever the hell this is creates a switch of Bridges now guarding Giannis and Crowder now on Holiday. The ball gets tossed around, Giannis gets post position on Bridges. Bridges gambles to steal the entry pass. 3 defenders look to contest Giannis at the rim, but he dunks all over them. On this play, the Bucks get Middleton receiving a handoff from Portis. It's contained as Ayton helps on the play. The Bucks reset. Middleton attacks Booker going left and gets this dirt jumper to go. The Bucks apply defensive pressure on the Suns here. Bridges' zipper screen is a decoy, as instead the Suns flow into Booker getting the ball and receiving a step-up screen by DeAndre Ayton. Tucker does a good job popping up and strips Booker. DeAndre Ayton really has to be a dominant factor on plays like this. Empty side pick and roll, DeAndre slips and gets the ball, and this has to be a bucket for him. Giannis does recover to him. He gets a turnaround hook shot but doesn't convert. And on the other end, Giannis just goes at DeAndre Ayton and lays the shot in. The Suns really just had no answer for Giannis, and with 3 minutes left to play, down by 6, they do get a good defensive possession. Good defense initially by the Suns here. Jay Crowder does a good job denying Giannis in the post. The Holiday drive does force a switch, and the ball ends up in Giannis' hands anyway. And Bridges is right there with Giannis, but he hits this floater. The pressure was on for the Suns. They went and got some hammer action going. Chris Paul gets the ball, drives inside. Booker will receive a hammer screen from DeAndre Ayton on the weak side. This gets Booker cutting inside. Chris Paul spots him. Giannis switches onto Booker, and the Bucks just pressure Booker inside. He's able to pass out, and the ball finds Jay Crowder. Again, wide open. No closeout pressure, but no good. Chris Paul receives a step-up screen coming up the floor, gets the switch on Giannis, and Booker comes off a zipper screen. Great defense by Holiday, defending close. Booker drives right, and PJ Tucker comes over to help defend Booker, basically closing off that driving angle. The possession ends up being Crowder against Portis, and Portis does end up fouling Crowder on the drive. And this was the shot that iced the game. Khris Middleton receives a flare screen from Holiday, rises up for the mid-range shot at the high post, and it's all money. And even in the Suns' last dying efforts, they struggled to knock down shots, and that resulted in the Bucks winning the NBA championship. What a season, what a year for the NBA. Got to see some high-level basketball, new faces in the NBA Finals, and a unique story and road to winning a championship for the Bucks. With all that being said, that will wrap up this video. If you did like the video, please do like, comment, and subscribe. I got some really fun off-season content coming for you guys, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you all in the next video.